Hmm. Hmm. Okay. Hello, everyone. Welcome, welcome. All right. Let's get this on the road. So we were working on the running animation, which is a bit wonky. It looks a bit wonky. But, you know, yeah. So here's my idea. We need to get his head. Uh, the running animation isn't done. I want it to be done, but there's one thing that I wanted to do, which is make his head fly back a little bit more than normal, which I think would be a great distinction from him walking, which is this is walking, this is his running. So I think it's the right thing to do. We start first frame like this, and the second frame we move it back. So let's start doing that. Okay, okay, okay. Hmm. Oh, hey. Hey, Sight. Um, can can I voice act in this? I mean, sure. I don't see why not. Hey, hey, Slug. What's up? I don't see why not. Wouldn't be too bad. A lot of inside jokes in this game, but yeah. Something wrong with his neck. I don't like how bendy it is. See, like it goes flat here, like up flat. Can you be that character? Yes, you can. This is actually a playable character. I got some animations for him, so here's here's him taking damage, and we play it back at the normal speed. So this is when he gets hurt. This is him jumping, and then he's jumping also. This is his walk animation, and this is his idle. This is his run. Um, can I voice him? Yeah. There's gonna be more characters coming, so I would hold off onto voice acting, cause then when time comes, I'll show you guys more of the characters. Well, yeah. Um, like, am I quiet, or is it like just quiet-ish? Cause I don't know exactly. That's my problem. I don't know. All right. Well, um, let's see. I mean, yeah, I don't mind if you do or don't. I think that personally, um, man, his neck is a bit thicker. I think I'm missing pixels here. Yeah, that looks better. There we go. That looks really good. Okay. Yeah, but there's gonna be way more characters, so I would hold off on the voice acting just for right now, so that maybe we can get some. So maybe you can guys see the other stuff. Uh, Redemption. I don't know what that means, brother. I really don't know. I'm also streaming on YouTube, so if you want to help me test out YouTube chat, you can. I actually don't know if it's even working. I just know that I have the button turned on. That's all I know. Let me quickly pull up this. Put that like right there. Um. Okay. So, yeah, we're gonna be tons of characters. I can tell you a couple of them. Um, I can't tell you all of them, but I can tell you a couple of them that I want to make known. So this right here is obviously Kyle Crocodile. Love him. Kyle Crocodile is probably really funny. Um, Another character that I have, that I also have is, um, Dave Duck and, I think his name was Dave Duck, Kyle the Crocodile, and and Bimblebee. That was the other guy's name. Bimblebee. He's really funny. I like Bimblebee. Maybe that might be the next guy I animate is Bimblebee, but I really want to do Dave the Duck next, so we'll figure it out. This guy, Cryo Crocodile, is almost done. Not entirely, but close enough. I think I got 3 to 4, maybe 3 to 2 more animations to go on his route, and then he should be okay. But besides that, this is pretty much Kyle the Crocodile. His whole design kit. There's a couple Easter eggs with him, mainly like the damage taken. This one, I like the damage taken. The eyebrows is my favorite part. They're just so universal. But um, yeah. So right now I'm finishing up his run, trying to get it smooth out so that it doesn't look so jank. Um, if I remember, so I gotta remember that. Okay, so these two frames are the same as these two frames, so I can actually just easily reduct. Okay, so his head goes in like this. I pulled this frame from the walking frame, but this frame is new. So new frame. So this is how he starts. His head goes back, and then his head goes back, and then it goes forward, and then it's stable again. I don't know how I feel about that. Hang on, let me see something. Okay, so the first 3 frames look really nice. Fourth frame here. Let me see. Okay. That's not too bad. It's pretty good. I think I should delete these 2 frames, replace these 2 frames with the updated picture, and then, because if this is gonna go down, this is. Okay, they're not the same then. No, they're not. Okay. then we're just going to have to work with it. That's fine. Because if this goes down, we need this. This is down. We need this head to go up, up, and then here again, I think. So we need it to reset. So I think this neck, and then goes back up to here, and then this one. Okay, let's just add. Man, this looks really good. It's just the frame animation I need with the feet. So I actually might just keep um okay, so this head needs to be the same as this one, which it already is, which is good. So if we add this frame here, we should get something like this. Or maybe it's actually this 31 is the same as 33. So we could just take 33's head and put it right back onto this and kind of reverse it back to this. We could try it. I don't see why not. So the easy way to do this is to grab the lasso tool and then go over to the head that you want. So we're going for 31 to 33. So we're going to grab this head. We are going to try to pixel perfect outline his head here. Doesn't have to be super perfect, but just enough to get everything. When you get down near to other edges of the body, you need to have it like this. So now we can move it around. Perfect. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to copy, and then we're going to go over to 33. We're going to paste. Oh, wait. Not this here. Oh, wait. I fucked up. I got this here. Copy. Go over here. Paste. Boom. There's that. Right? And then what we're going to do is, this is 33, which goes up like this. We're going to take our eraser here, and we're just going to, oh yeah, we have to do this things first, so, cancel the lasso. There. We're going to take our eraser. Let's get this out of here. And it's gone. All gone. And then we are going to take our lasso tool again, and we're just going to wrap it all around like this. And we're just going to like a Lego piece. Bam. Look at that. See? And then this same thing, we're just going to take the head from 34, which is actually a copy and paste of, if you look at this foot, 34 and 30 are the exact same frame. So we're going to grab the head of 30 and put it onto 34. Let's try it out. There we are. Get our lasso tool out here. Grab this head on it over again. And we're going to plug it in like a Lego piece, just like this. should be okay now if we add it to the loop. And let's have a look here. Alright, let's see what this looks like. Alright, let's have a look. You know what? I'm honestly really okay with this. I think we could animate the arms, but I don't know. We might. We might. Should we? Let me see. See, this frame here, they're animated. That's because this is from the walking. Okay, so we can animate the arms. I don't see why it would be such a big of a deal. Best way to animate these is pretty much just move them back and forth, kind of like this. So, as you can see, like, it's legitimately slightly moved. There's not much here. Or we could just copy and paste, put down what we want. But we have to be careful because the arms are connected to the body. So, this could be a problem. But I'm willing to see what happens. So, like with this one, for instance, we're going to try this arm. This arm seems to be the weak point in this animation. So we're going to grab this with our lasso tool. And we are going to just get a perfect outline of the hand here. Look at that. We're going to hit copy. Okay. We're going to go over to the first frame over here. And we're going to hit paste. Oh, yes. I completely forgot. This is a mistake on my part. There is one thing that you always have to remember that always pisses me off, but you have to remember. Down here at the frames, you have to make sure that you are in the right area. So I was just in the head, now I'm in the body. Now I'm in the body is affected. So I was affecting the head while trying to work on the body, and that is not how this works. So, there we go. We're gonna copy, we're gonna go back to frame 1 and hit V. There we are. We're just gonna move the hand out of the way. And then we're gonna look at this frame again, and we're gonna notice that this divot actually only moves down 1 and over 1. So what that means is if we can go here, get our big old eraser tool out, cancel that, and then get our eraser out, and then just shred this off. Alright. Gives us this weird hand thing. But now if we just take the lasso tool, give this a big old wrap around, and then figure out where it was last time. So like right around here, you just go down 1 and over 1. We can kind of guess and check where we are. So like, see, that's not quite right. So what we need to do is we need to go to right around. Oop, yeah, forgot about that. We just gotta move it back. Try to guess one more time. So it's 3 down from that shoulder bit there, which is here. Which is perfect because we can just set it right in there. This might be exact, and it is. Well, lucky me then. So, okay, so then how you fix this, you just grab the colors that you want. So, fill in the reds. Now look back at this. You kind of see how it's slightly moving in a way. Realistically, what I should have done is actually put it on the 30th frame and not on this frame. But you know what? I'm not too mad at it. But if I make this frame animated, not animated, you know, see this is animated, not animated, not animated, animated, right? So if I were to go backwards, this is animated, not animated, animated, not animated. The first frame needs to be not animated. So I did kind of mess up here, but that's okay, because that's what the undo button's for, which is great. Look at that. You can actually just get rid of it. Go over to the animated, the unanimated, and then animated, which is this frame, which is what we need. Then we hit config B, boom, put it over here. Perfect. And then same process, get rid of the lasso, get the E tool out, turn it into a little big eraser, and kind of just smooth out the area. Like that. And then, lasso, wrap it around, miss the thumb, wrap it around. Perfect. Go in here, 3 down, over, like that. Then, cancel, get your pencil out, click, click, click. Now, check this out. The arm is animated correctly. See? So kind of like a DJ. See? So if you go back to 30 and 20, 32, see? It's exactly the same. And then that needs to be done on, so, non-animated, animated, not animated, animated, non-animated, animated. We need to do the same thing here. Same thing. And then the running on one arm should be done. Okay. Okay, there. Look at that. Perfect. Alright, now we're gonna do the same thing. This time, we need the other arm, which is actually a bit different than normal. So the other arm, which is this one, is shrunk in, which is actually harder to do, to an extent. So how you do this is simple, but hard. Don't forget that. So we're gonna need this arm. Same thing. We're just gonna give it an outline. See, we're about to do something that's also really stupid and really crazy in a second, because it always fails and never works normally. But we're going to give it a shot, because we are. Animated, non-animated, animated. See, non-animated. Okay. So this is the animated one. We're just gonna hit V, and we're gonna move this around. Alright, we're gonna hit Control Z, we're gonna hit Control V again. Okay, Control Z, and then Control V. Boom, boom, and then everything else is rest is trash. So what you do is this, and then kinda just gotta remember. If you can't remember, it's okay. Just gotta remember just a little bit harder. And if you remember now, you might know that it's actually all this that is bad. And then with these 2 pixels and that one, this is probably gonna look really bad. Okay, so it's got a little bit of skinniness on the top of it, which means that this isn't here, which is fine. You can just get rid of it. So there. Kinda got it. Get rid of that. Kinda got it. Yeah, there we go. Now we got it. So now if we play the animation. Here. Perfect. Same thing here. Copy V. You get this, which is fine. Then you just kind of just go with the flow here. Any mistakes. So that one, get rid of these two. So look at 32, then look at 34. They look pretty much identical. So now if we play this, it should look pretty good. Alright. The tail is mainly static, which is pretty annoying when it comes to this kind of stuff. But how we can fix that is pretty simple. Same thing, we just animate on the second turn here. So the second turns being 30, 32, and 34. So 30, 32, and 34 are animated. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to 32, which is our fully animated from the last one. We're going to get our lasso tool out here. Darn fly. Anyway. And we're just going to take it. Right. Tail's a bit weird. It's a bit difficult because some parts are white and some parts are black because of the way that I colored it in the first place. Because I didn't pick really nice colors for this. I just picked a lot of shades of green and gray. Mainly for like, I wanted the gray to be mainly like an alligator armor. Sometimes if you look at alligators, they have a gray coat, kind of like an armor, kind of. Really interesting. So this, right? This is when things get complicated. Because if you look at it, right? Once you paste it in, it looks super weird. Okay? Super, super, super weird. So if you paste this in, where my cursor is, this, if we were to delete all this right up here, it might just be perfect. It just might be. It's 50-50 though if it worked or not. Okay, so not exactly. Okay. There you go, now it's exact. So now looking at the animation. See? Same thing on this frame. You just do the same old thing, Control V, paste it all in. Alright. And then same idea. Go here, erase everything above the first sign of spikes. Which is weird because I don't remember exactly everything. This is why we go back to 32 and you go, okay, that one's bad, that one's bad. 32, okay. That one's bad. Oh, made a mistake. Okay. Look back at 32. Now the tail is completely perfect. Now looking at the animation. That looks fantastic. It's kind of what I wanted it to be. Even if it's not his walking, I mean, even if it's its run, it could be his walk. I could swap out walking for running if I wanted to. But this is going to be played faster at a higher rate. This is probably going to be played... This might be his running. Who knows? I'm experimenting. I'm going back and forth between these two. But this is not the matter anymore. Now, the hardest part of this entire thing is to flip it around so that he has a running animation to the left. How this is done is stupid. But we're going to do it frame by frame because this is how it should work. We're going to go for the frame 29 here. So if we go to frame 29 and we hit new frame, okay, create frame 30. We're gonna pull frame 30 out and make it frame 35. So this is 29, 35. So 29 and 39 are the exact same. To flip it, it is really complicated because this could ruin everything. But here's the idea. So first we're going to start with the head, and how you do it is Control V. Oop, wrong one. Control H. And then hang on. So now the trickiest part about this is you got to make sure that this is lined up with the same area as this, which it looks like it is. There is not a lot of movement. You have to find the thing that is consistent, which there isn't any consistency. Well, maybe the tail. Let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, yeah. So this is perfect. Came out just right. Perfect. Now we do the same thing for frame 30. Ooh. Same thing for frame 30 here. New frame, grab the 31, push it over to 36 here. Moving it over to 36. You can kind of see how this looks, kind of. So 30 and 36 are the exact same. And we rinse and repeat this process until we get all the animations for this character to the left. This could take a minute, depending on if the process is being sweet. But don't get your hopes up, because it's never sweet. Never ever. Okay. Body is still. The body is a good part of this. If the body's still, it means you know you did it right. Which it is. It's pretty good. Okay. Guys had a 4-piece sauce and toss at like Dairy Queen, dude. It's really good. All right. Perfect. Alright, and the running animation is done. That's it. We did it. Alright, so from my checklist, which I don't actually have a checklist, and I should probably write one down while we're talking here. Let me grab a piece of paper. On my checklist, you can kind of, let's see here. Get my big old markers. Let's do blue here. And get my test paper out, which I don't know where I put my test paper. We'll use the crayon paper. See if there's any smudges or budges on this. Blue seems to be pretty crisp. Turn it around maybe. Yeah, blue is pretty crisp. Give it another good shake. Smell it. It is fresh, fresh paint. Oh my god. It is strong. Okay. Alright, so we're gonna get our list here. Alright, at our list. So every character that we make has to have a idol. Okay. One has an idol. It needs to have a walk. Excuse me. It needs to have a jump. It also needs to have a damage. Okay. And then number 5 needs to have a running animation. So currently we have 5 animations on board here that we've already done and created. But I think because of some certain actions within my game, some animations that we still need to do are use and falling. So let's see here. From everything that I know, using not as much as I want to, but everything that I know, we're walking, so the character needs to have an idle, a walk, a jump, a damage, and a run. Every character needs to have a use animation because they will be using items. You can store items and you can use items. I think the store there might be a store animation, but however the store animation literally might be the same thing as the use animation, except that if I were going to do the use animation might be different. Okay, yeah, so we might need a store animation. So let's do that one too. So a really bad E. Let's try that again. Alright. Okay, so we need a store animation. And then number 9 is I had an idea for, so my friend had an idea about a buddy system where different characters can come out and accompany you on your adventure, or you can have as something of your companion when you're in battle mode. And it's kind of just like a guy, kind of like a hype man. Pretty much, he hypes you up good during your battle, and tells you not to give up. So let's see. We need an animation for. Let's see here. Okay, we need an animation for idle, walking, jumping, damage, run, fall, use, store. We need to have an animation for talking, or just like understand talking, or like the animation's like he looks back and forth between like the corner of his head back down, corner of his head back down. Um, that's gonna be like the talking. It's like the corner of his head. He like looks up, talks, looks back. That's like the animation for talking, and then um, I guess, and then he just needs like a fatality animation. So an animation that kind of makes him go, uh-oh, he's gone. He's a goner. So I think with that animation, I'm going to just completely change his sprite. And instead of making it this really elaborate piece of work, I'm just going to simplify it and turn him into like a little dude. And make sure like, oh no, he fatally fell down and died, and that was like your last life. So yeah. So what do we need again? Okay, so let's do store, and then we gotta do chatting. Yeah, we're gonna call it chatting. And then for the last and final one, we need death. Alright. So, in total, we have 5 more animations to go through with this guy, and I need to get it done by the 9th of September. I need to have all these done by the 9th of September and imported into Unity to make this game remotely anywhere where I want it to be. So, we're going to have this here on our keyboard just to remind us what we got to do. Actually, I think Computer Nut will take care of it. Thanks, Computer Nut. All right. So, how I normally like to do this is, depending on what animation I'm doing next, is where I pull and grab a frame from. Um, for instance, if I was going to do the using, I would be using the storing, because technically use is just the opposite of store. So, if I were to do storing first, I just reverse storing into um reverse storing into that. And some of these animations are always going to be left and right. Some of them will be one, like idle. Like every time this character is idle, he will always be looking to the right. He will never be looking left. Um so some of these will be left or right. So knowing this, use will be left or right, but storing will always be left. So when you store items, you always look left. If you're using items, you look left or right. It makes kind of sense because when you use an item, you want to look both ways, but when you're storing an item, you really just want to look in one way. So I guess without further ado, we could try starting on storing and then moving on to use. Falling and chatting are like the two big ones that are a little bit out there. Death is pretty easy. I basically just turn him into like a box and then he just falls down to his death. Or like he turns into a box and he goes and then he's gone. And that's like gonna be like only 3 frames or something like that. I wanted to keep this character under 50 frames, but that's not going to happen considering it took 6 frames just to get the left run going, and then it's going to take a little bit more to get something else done. I think the store is probably going to be maybe 6 to 5 frames as well. There's not a lot you can do here with this one. So I think with the store, we're going to use the tail up sprite from the idle animation and use that one to start the next thing. Alright. Quickly just give another look at this. That looks pretty good to me. Yeah, let's see that. Okay. So this is how this one's gonna work. We don't start with the idle, because when they're standing still, they're gonna be in the idle. So when they're going to run, we need to start them from the first frame of the action. That's how that kind of works. I don't know what exactly that's gonna look like, but it's gonna work something similar. Sorry, I'm just looking at something. We're gonna refresh this, and then we're gonna pop that back up. Okay. I'm trying to think. What would he do if he were to store something in his pockets? I'm thinking he reaches. So, here's what I'm thinking. This is going to be flipped, which I should just flip it now, honestly. I need this. I'm going to flip this because he's always going to be looking left. Okay, so here's how this is gonna work. Let's flip this guy. Flip him all the way around. Okay. So now that he's flipped, we need him to do an animation with storing stuff. And how I picture that is he kind of reaches his arm over and pulls out his pocket, and he puts his hand into the pocket, and then he closes it. So that's what we're looking for. We're looking for this hand to pop open and this hand to grab and dump. So how I think this is going to work is we're just going to have to do something with him right here. Let's see, what can we do? So I think this one would be better if we made it from scratch with a guide. So like, let's do this. We can use, nah, let's just do it from scratch. There really isn't any point. So let's just cut, yeah, so we're currently on the leg, let's go to the body. Let's cut this guy in half. Kind of like this. And then the pencil tool out. And we're gonna make some really janky hand coming up. Make it a little bit thick, because he has a thick hand. Elbow is still gotta be highlighted a little bit. Yep. Or even those little nails. He's reaching. Get the red pin here. Okay. We should be moving this arm too. So, yeah. Let's get rid of it here. And then we're gonna grab this green. Then we're just gonna like kind of branch off like this. So something like that, right? Obviously it needs to be the same thickness. This needs to be turned green, but we're gonna obviously fix it by turning this into the green bit here. Kind of gives his arm some dignity, some identity. Yeah. And then like that. We should make his palm. He needs to have a darker palm. Maybe make it lighter, like a lighter palm. Yeah, that lighter palm. Lighter palm. There we go. Alright. Alright. That's not too bad. It's pretty good. Okay, and then we need to get him going down, which is... we need to make this a little bit thicker. It's a little skinny here. There we go. Perfect. 7 minutes. 7 a minute. Kind of grab him from right here. Make sure his tail's in it. And we're gonna grab from like right about here. And we're just gonna shove him... ooh. Yeah, we're shoving him down by 2. So, like this. If things right, it should line up. Or so I thought. I don't think I moved the body down 2. I think I moved it down 1. Oof. Let's grab the body. Move it down 1. Grab the head, move it down 2. Oh, I forgot his stupid brows. It's okay. Scan it and just move it down 2. There you go. And then we're gonna obviously fill this in a little bit. So we're just gonna grab this color. And we're gonna fill in one layer. And then this obviously needs to be this. And then we're gonna grab the light blue layer that we always use for this, which it is never that color. It's always this color. And then kind of fill it in like that. So he's a little bit shorter than what he was. And then his body is going to be a little bit forward and down. So half his body will be. So what we're going to do here is we're going to try to experiment with this. So we're just going to grab the body. Or how do we want to do this? We can't grab the tail. Okay. So what about we just grab the upper half here? So from the head to the eyebrows. And the body first, we're just going to move down to and over to. And then we're going to grab the head and move it over, down. Yep. Now he's got like this limp. He's got this bump on his back. And then where is that? Oh, this is fine. We gotta just kind of go to the body here and kind of something like that. And then kind of make him reach a little bit further. So we're gonna to make him reach a bit further, we're just gonna take this and just shove it down. Shove it down. That's what I like to say. So we're gonna take this. So we're gonna go from his nails to this shoulder bit here, and his elbow, and we're just gonna like go down with it. This is actually looking really good. Wait, where's Timmy? Where's Tim the Tap Man? Kind of make sure the shirt's kind of conform to it as a little bit here. Yeah, there we go. Okay. And then this hand, obviously, will be starting to go down at an angle, which is this is when things get a little messy because these kinds of bits of the body get really messed up in angle rotations or just in rotations in general. So right now we need it to go downwards that way, but we don't want it to look stupid. So what we're going to do here is click on it. We're going to rotate it every 10. So like this is really good. All right. So then like let's go 20. Not too good. 30. It could be better. Okay, let's say we go 30 and we move it down to where it kind of was, which it was stuck on this bit here. So see, and it kind of gets jank. We didn't really want jank, we wanted goodness, but I think at this moment in time, it's jank forever. We can actually go back a little bit, because this is really good and we shouldn't really mess this up. So how about we just turn it? Kind of ruins it a little bit. I don't know. It's just this bit here is too thick. You know what? We'll work with it. How about that? thought about it, we should probably make his knees come out just a little. He's already bending. How you do that, you just go by one on everything. See? Kind of like that. And then the third frame will be him opening, like reaching his pocket. I think we should animate the eyes on this too. Alright, that looks pretty good. So then, and let's do the tail. Might as well. You wonder where a white bit is, and then you just want to kind of take that. You want to go about maybe 30? Yeah, perfect. Literally. We'll do 30 on this, and then we'll remold it back together. Okay, maybe that wasn't the greatest idea. Oh wait, did I just fucking... Oh, whoop, Shane. Okay. That's better. I'm gonna do the tail again. Good. How's college going? It's alright. Can't complain. I think it's great. I'm going into college. I'm going uh, into college for computer science. Mainly game development. Yeah. It's got a nice little ring to it. You know. Are we not on the tail slide here? Or not? Oh my, what happened to this? This sucks. Okay. Let's fix this. Lord. Mhm. Put some back. Hey, how's it going? Yeah, so this is my little animation that I've been working on for the past couple of days. Um for my game. Really happy with this character. Think he's great. Oh yeah, look at this. So I have a bunch of animations for it. Already. Let me show you some. Let me just make sure this is pretty good. Let me see. Yep, it's pretty good. So this animation, I have his idle, and then this is him just standing still. I have his walking. I have his jumping. I have his damage. I have his run. And then I have, currently I am working on his store. And what store is like he's storing an item away. So he's reaching down to his pocket and he's going to stretch out his pocket and his other arm's going to like throw in an item, which will be really interesting. Kind of want to see what it looks like when I get the pocket open, but I just got done animating the third frame here. So now we're going to make another frame. So this is the next frame. Thank you so much. I appreciate the support. I need a lot of support for this. Um, I actually had like this um, I kind of had this mental thought process for a little bit. Um, and I watched this video and you know, the guy said, if you're going to make something, make it happen. So he said, is it a dream or is it reality? It's a dream or reality. If it's a dream, just leave it. Because if you're not going to put commitment into doing it and actually working on it and actually get something out of it, don't do it. It's your dream isn't worth holding on to just for pleasure's sake. You need to put your mind on something that can really help you. Um, and then that in reality is just do it. Do I want this to happen? So for me to make my dreams a reality, I just have to do it, even if I don't feel like it's what I want to do. I just need to do it so then I get the hang of it, so then I can just keep going, keep moving forward. Um, and I've had this mental process for quite a while, and this is what I've been doing with that time. I've had schedules, um, I've had schedules, I've had, college going for me, so like I had a lot of support doing, so like I have a lot of support from my college professors when I'm doing work on there. They help a lot, and then obviously me doing this on the side and streaming and not being so burnt out on gaming. Like this is such a great refresher, and it's great. I feel like this is amazing. um but yeah, so I'm just I'm just trying to get things, help settled here. I would love to see this game be pretty good. I was one of your biggest supporters. Never forget that. I'm so super proud of you, bub. Thanks, Bray. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Maybe I'll get to see you sometime, uh, next week or week or two, because I know I'll see you in no, I'll see you in November. I know the November 1st. I'll see you November 1st, but um. I really do appreciate you supporting me and everything that I've done, and I'm so proud of you and what you've gone through and what you've changed. I'm really happy for you. So, um, yeah, congrats and good job. So, that means a lot. Yeah, no problem. So, this is a cool little bit here. This is a really cool bit. So now we have to do him opening his pocket. Okay? How do we do this? So check this out. We need to figure out where his palm is. So this palm's gonna move, it's gonna face down. So the palm is gonna go down, and there's gonna be lines that shoot the thing into the pocket. The pocket needs to be shaded. So the shade of the pants is this, so it's gonna be this color, and the dark shade of it is gonna be this color. So this is what's gonna look like. It's gonna look like this. So his hand's gonna be here, and and I wanna make his hand a little bit longer, but the pocket is gonna be literally this big. Alright, now we're gonna get the other color here, and we're just gonna shade this in. So this is the pocket. This is the pocket. Okay, now wait a minute, chat. I know this looks so bad. No! Oh, hang on. Hang on. We gotta make it into a pocket. So if we have to put stitching on it, we will. We have to turn this into a pocket. Um, so actually, let's think that's a better idea if we put stitching on it. So something like this maybe. And then, well, he has to hold it out. We should probably lower. No, it's not gonna work. Okay, hang on. Let's see here. What? Okay, what can we do here? We should move his arm first. We should move his arm first. It's really already so long. We're not gonna move the shirt with it this time. We're just gonna move the arm. Oh, damn it. Okay. Hang on. Gotta get it all in there. Okay. And we're gonna move this down right here. Like right about there. Alright. Obviously we can fill in a little bit. We're gonna have to use the darker colors here to kind of fill in that blank to make sure that like, oh wait, this isn't like the back of the shirt. There we go. You can get my pen out, smooth that in. Look at that. Wow. Thought someone just knocked on my door. Alright. There. Look at that. Okay. Yeah, it's a bit better than what it was, I'll be honest. Kind of do that. Making sure like it's the shoulder bit here. Kind of thicken it up a little. There we go. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Looks so good. We can actually put red here because it makes sense in the next frame. Yeah, like that. And then we can make it a little bit thicker. Because in the next frame, he's going to pull it down. This is going to open up and it's going to be like a pocket. We just need to flip this, so we're actually gonna make it go down a little bit too. So we're gonna make it go down like this. Yep. And then here. Kind of like that. Too thick there. E here, B here, and then we're gonna just color that in. No, we're not. We're gonna leave it like this. Perfect. Okay, this is what I wanted. This is a little bit, this is rough, like this bit here, so what we're gonna do is yoink the wrist and this, and then we're gonna go Shift V, right? Shift V. Oh my. Shift H, Shift V. Nope. Okay, I wonder if we could mirror. Nope. I have an idea. Oh my, what does this do? What was that? Is that spray can? Ah. Yeah, maybe it's just better if we just make the hand the other way, honestly. Stop trying to screw around with it. However, I would like to just take it real fast and move it. And then yeah, it's backwards, isn't it? So back. Okay. That is so good. Whoop, boop, boop, boop. That's good. Oh, that one might be my new favorite. It just might be. No, that's not used. That's store. What am I talking about? My bad. Hang on. Yeah, there we go. Store. Look at this, bro. This is the store animation. That's so good. Look at that. Oh, it's so good. I gotta fix his hand, but wow. Look at that. I gotta fix this hand because it is way too chunk on the bottom here. That's so good. Wow. I really like that. What if he smiled? Oh, sweet. Oh, shoot, I just hit computer nut. He was keeping up my papers for me. There we go. I just need to see, like... Hmm. Yeah, but what if he smiled? Like within this, like his grin got bigger. So like this, yeah, let's try that. Let's get the teeth. Let's get the teeth out. So let's see. So this next, so this first frame, next frame. Okay, hang on. Next frame. Oh, wrong frame. let's have a look at it. That's so good. Oh my god. Dude, he smiles now. And I fixed his arm. Look at that. Oh man. Alright, well that about wraps it up here. Um that kind of wraps it up here. I hope you all enjoyed, and I will see you all in the next one. Goodbye, everyone. Goodbye, 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 goodbye.